Hello, hello. Happy Earth Day, everybody. Welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just put your political questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you are watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed or whatever works for you. So, hello, hello. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. What a wonderful world. Exactly. Thank you. Don't know why the back just started. Part of the back just started to fall. I started getting ready for this episode 3.5 hours ago, and I still managed to not start at the top of the hour. It's just, I do try. Daniel, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very, very sweet. That makes a huge difference. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's. Whew. Okay. So a couple of things I just wanted to point out. One of which is the graphics today. Do you know what this is? I took a photograph of my pin. This gargantuan metal. I'm going to lean forward here. This gargantuan metal pin. And I took a photograph of it. And I messed around and ended up with that. And then an earth in the same style. So I'm just amazed. It's like, oh my gosh, I think it worked. I was shocked. But anyway, here we go. All right. And today's nails are these. I will never be able to replace these. I've had these for years. They're a bit fragile. I have to be very careful with them, but they're faceted. And I will never be able to replace them. So anyway, so that's that. Okay. Using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot today, and we are going to, oh boy, okay. We have someone who knows what they're talking about standing up to ICE Director Homan, the one who isn't human, him. Oh my gosh, it is so powerful. I'm just going to play it for you. And if I get a copyright ding, well, I'll just have to suck it up because this is so important. So important. This is a very short video I'm going to share. There's also, on today's episode, the Trump administration wants to give a new Motherhood Medal along with a small monetary bonus to women who have babies. This was super, super popular under the man with the ugly mustache, the tiny, ugly mustache. This was huge. They gave medals away to millions of mothers. Great. And John Thune said they have the votes in the House and the Senate to pass Trump's, quote, big, beautiful budget, unquote. Okay. Anyway, all right. There, I'll put this in so I can hear it too. Doreen, to all women or just certain ones? Of course, it's only certain ones. Oh, makes me crazy. All right, so we're going to start with, are you connected? I hope you're connected. Because Make sure. All right. It says this will work. Fingers crossed, because you've got to see this. At 5 minutes, 20 seconds in, and there'll be a link in the description. If I get, dinged and I've got to edit this part out of today's live stream, the link will be in the description box. All right. Present, share screen. No, that didn't work. All right. This has had a lot more than just 226 views, but this is the best version of it I could find. Okay. Here we go. And let me know, make sure you can hear this.
I was hauled up by the Nazis. And for no other reason, I was picked up and separated from my family, who was exterminated in Auschwitz. And I am a survivor of Auschwitz and Dachau. I spent 5.5 years in concentration camp. I spent 5.5 years in concentration camp for one reason and one reason only. Because we picked on people, and you as the sheriff, who we elected as sheriff of this county. We did not elect you as sheriff of Washington, D.C. It's about time you serve the people here. And when this gentleman stands up there and he says he doesn't go after any people, he should read today's beat. Because in today's beat, the Supreme Court Justice of the State of California objected to ICE coming in and taking people away from the courts. Don't tell me that this is a lie. You stand up here, Mr. Jones, don't forget, history is not on your side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mic drop, exactly. Yes. Unbelievable. So apparently, Homan was there on the, because it says as he's saying, standing there with, is this, so the question I just wanted to ask is, I don't even know how to phrase it. It's just, I mean, Homan, I joke about him having jackboots, but it's not, he's just like that. He thinks he's doing the right thing, and he's not. We know that. We know he's being cruel. We know he's just an awful human being. So I'm trying to figure out how exactly to word this. There we go. It isn't going to stop what he's doing, but are we going to, within a couple of years, are we going to look back on this? Is almost everybody going to be ashamed of this? Will this be a dark time in our history where because in future we've gotten so much better, because we've recovered, because it is revealed in this happening, it is revealed to be truly as heinous and awful as it is. Amy Collins says when he mentions cruel plans, he actually smiles. It's creepy. Yes. Yes. Treatment says, for your peace of mind, do not try to understand everything. That's true. Well, there is the King of Pentacles. So conservative, these ultra-conservative men. We have a ways to go. So we've got the King of Cups, which would be the more liberal, decent-minded people. Here's the Knight of Pentacles, so people actively working for those with the conservative values and the money and all that. People hemmed in. And then you have Sitting Pretty and Charity. So I think so. I think people were hemmed in, things will be better, and we will be helping others because we're going to vote. We're going to vote this garbage out of our country. I do believe that. I do believe we are going to keep our ability to vote, and I do believe we are going to vote this garbage out of our country. Bless them. Bless him. And also, just a reminder, I always found it a little strange that suddenly it makes sense. The notorious Auschwitz wasn't in Germany. It was in Poland. That never made sense to me till now. No, it's not here. It's in El Salvador. So, okay. Hello, Flora. All right. I had some other graphics to show you. One is just I'm just going to show you. I don't even want to read on it, but it's a President dumpster fire with the kids at the egg rolling thing. Yeah, have you seen their couple of pictures? Because one of them has the title. It's one. Was it Raw Story used one of the pictures as for because it shows the title of the next thing we're reading on. But okay, so this is just. I don't know what to tell you. This is real. If you look closely, yeah, that's him standing up, pumping his fist in the air. Yeah. The kids. A trading card with him and that look on his face. With kids. Yeah. So, also, at that same time, there was this. New Motherhood Medal pitched to Trump once picked up steam. Yeah. So the new Motherhood Medal. Yeah. That's exactly what they did in the ugly mustache man's Germany. The other thing about this picture, these are that printout there. These are it's like a coloring book page, but it's just a single page. They're just like giveaways. And he signed it. And I don't know if you can tell, but how big the piece of paper is. It would be that way. How big the piece of paper is. But his signature is massive. Because even a coloring page is about him. Yeah. Yes, Mimi. great big children came up to me with tears in their eyes and told me, sir, that's the best egg finder they've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amy says they also awarded these medals in, sorry, this jumped, Russia and in Russia, former Soviet Union. You know, that makes sense. Yeah. And says he uses a Bigley Sharpie. Exactly. Okay, let's go back to the pretty. Okay. Medals. Now, going to actually help take care of these children? No. Oh, by the way, it sounds like Trump is very excited about going to the Pope's funeral. There was, all I saw was a response where someone said, this isn't a golf gala, it's a funeral. But I guess it'll make him look good with the most diluted parts of his face. Thank you, Veronica. Kelly says, how about tax breaks? Paid time off? Just kidding. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, get a medal and don't protect the life of the mother when you have 8 children already. No. Ooh, Jane Doe says, I heard on another podcast, Dumpy was considering Ron DeSantis to replace Hog's Breath. Ooh. Those two, when you put them together, I don't know. I mean, maybe, but oh my gosh, the friction between those two. Anyway, are they going to adding insult to injury? Yeah. I've put my life on the line. Why? To do what you want? No. Yeah, it should, funny that, it should be a choice. A private choice. But yes, government get involved. Why is this? The government are so overbearing, and yet they are overbearing and cruel using the government. I don't get it. They will walk away. No matter what they're promising, they will walk away from those promises. We're going to talk about the budget later. They are gutting any semblance. They are doing their best to gut any semblance of a social safety net. So, they're sitting pretty. There's Trump's legacy. There's a temperance card. A woman. Temperance. As in, that's okay, I'll wait. Okay, thanks, no. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't interact with a lot of particularly young women, of, women in their early 20s or what have you. But the ones that I can think of that I do know, they've all done things to make certain that for these next few years, they do not have a child. Anyway, okay, so that was that, and I completely forgot to write down what time that started. I'll have to figure it out later. Okay, I'll just put in 10 minutes for now. So, we'll get to the budget in a minute. I did want to also point out, if you are feeling particularly annoyed today, tomorrow, things are just getting on your nerves. You're trying to do stuff and you get frustrated and it's just, right? Or you just get sad because you're so frustrated. This too shall pass, but right now, there is, surprise, there's some funky astrology going on, and I just need you to be aware of it because it might be able to help you. And don't worry, I'm going to show you the chart, but don't worry, I have astrographics to show you, to explain. But we start with just the chart. Look at this big red ugly thing. That, my friends, is a grand cross. Oh. When you have two planets that are 90 degrees away from each other, that aspect between those two planets is, Marjorie Orr put it, the nicest way I've heard it described was what Marjorie Orr said about it's the grit that creates the pearl. I mean, you want something that will, get you up and moving. You just don't want too much of that. This is too much of that. Full disclosure. Oh, thank you, Barbara. This is right now. This chart is what's in the sky right now. And full disclosure, I have the top half of this. The top half of this is called a T-square. It looks like an upside down T on right here. I have this in my chart, on my ascendant, my descendant, and Mars at the top. But yeah, I've got this. I've got 5 planets involved in this T-square on my ascendant and descendant. So I feel you. I feel this. I live with this kind of energy. Although throughout the day it'll shift away from the ascendant, but still, for the next few days we're dealing with these aspects. But when you put something down here at the bottom, it sets off the whole T-square, and then you get even more things grinding up against each other. And you're like, okay, that looks ugly. What the heck does that mean? All right. I did not have a chance to put in the wording on this, so bear with me. And please try to be adult about this. Okay. Yes, I know. We'll get to this. The sun is in Taurus. This is the first of the earth signs. This is the farming village. And the sun is the landowner. He's not, once you have the sun in Leo, which the sun rules, he's the king. And in some respects is kind of the king or the main character all the way around. But here in Taurus, the sun in Taurus, this is the landowner. Okay. Down here, you have Mars in Leo, flashy, flamboyant at the palace. And Mars would be, this is the head of the royal guard in his big, flashy gold armor. And he's all about, yes, about protection, but also very much pomp and circumstance kind of thing. Over there, on that part of the T-square, I don't have the text on here, but this is the terraformer. This is Pluto in Aquarius, where he is on one side, he's got this dark power, and on one side, everything is being ripped up, and on the other side, things are being created. That's what Pluto does, is he goes through the whatever he's in. And when he's in Aquarius, it's this technology to just rip this up, build that down. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's this huge, that Pluto creates an upheaval. It plows the field. And then down here you have Lilith. And this is not a planet, but it's an important part in astrology. You can Google it. I won't go into it here. But Lilith was the first wife of Adam. And but she was she was supposedly the first wife of Adam, but she was cast out because she wouldn't submit. She is unapologetic. She is who she is. She is unabashedly, she is herself, and it's can be a little bit scary. Steve says the pics are blocking your chart. I know. Otherwise, I couldn't fit them all in, or I would have to make them very, very small. This mark right here, that is Lilith. This mark over here, that is Pluto. This mark right here, this is Mars. This mark right here, that's the Sun. So these four avatars, these four characters, they bug each other. The landowner who wants things calm and wants his creature comforts and he wants all of that, he does not want this hyper technological terraformer coming through. I beg your pardon. This pomp and circumstance head of the royal guards is like, landowner, okay, what? Peasants? I mean, whatever. But this is big pomp and circumstance does not like this hidden. I mean, like, this is in Scorpio. This is Lilith in Scorpio, and I explained Scorpio as the setting is like a film noir, and this pomp and circumstance head of the guards, he wants nothing to do with film noir, darkness, none of that. So basically, these four characters, these four planets and whatnot, and whatnot in the sky, they get on each other's nerves. They just do. They're not buddies. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Dave says, the last time a woman gave me a look like that, I had 3 seconds to give her way. That's awesome. So Jolie says, thank you for explaining this wonky energy. I couldn't figure out why little things were bugging me. Well, this is what's in the sky right now. So that, and then it'll affect your chart in a certain way. But just overall, this is the overall energy of this just, but I wanted this, but I wanted that, but what are you doing? Oh, really? Okay, so that's what's going on. The other thing is we are back to, the only other thing I wanted to mention was we are back to this. Venus in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. And these are the sensitive, dreamy, spiritual, this is the last sign of the zodiac. You've got 1 foot on the earth and 1 foot on the other side. It's this emotional water sign. It's also ruled by Neptune. There's an impermanence to it. Venus in Pisces I show as a stained glass artist, because Venus is about beauty, what you love, how you love, but she works in glass. It's a gorgeous glass, but we know that over time glass melts. It will pool. That is this beautiful thing here. But Saturn is anything but the life of the party. He will reward you if you work, but you have to work all the time. And you have to face hard realities, and he forms things. So he's there, and at the best, Saturn will build that entire cathedral. Absolutely. He will organize it. There will be stonemasons. It will be all of this. But Saturn is a taskmaster. And when you get Saturn and Venus in the same spot, and they are absolutely in the very same spot, it's up here. They're both at 26 degrees of Pisces. You don't feel the love. I mean, if you have this in your chart, you have probably found the ways to make the good side of it work, which is like the person who can organize the romantic picnic and who can, you can find the good way. But in general, people who haven't people who don't have it in their chart haven't necessarily learned how to deal with the energy. So right now, we not only have all of this annoyance, but we're just not feeling the love. By the way, it's in a different sign, I believe. Yeah, it's in a different sign, but Venus conjunct Saturn, not feeling the love. Donald Trump has this in his chart, where all of his love is transactional. Yeah, just saying. Okay. So I wanted you to know that. Wait, did I just see something? Which is, so Venus and Saturn are conjunct my natal sun. Awesome. Hey, and you've probably learned to deal with that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Anyway, so I just wanted to point that out. And again, I forgot to write down the time, but that's okay. So we're going to go on to the budget. Just as I've just explained to you that there's a reason you might be feeling really annoyed with things. Now we're going to talk about the real reason to be annoyed, which is the Republican budget. Okay, there are some people saying 3130. There are some people saying that this new budget is going to. There's some people, let's just put it this way. There's some people who are saying more about this bill than we currently really know. So, John Thune has said that they have the votes in the House and the Senate to pass Trump's, quote, big, beautiful budget, unquote. It's not going to be pretty. The cards I've been getting on this have not been good. But, jeez. Which is my first reaction upon hearing the words Republican budget. Oh, dear God. I understand. Woodpile Witch, is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. No. Okay. I don't have good energy about the budget. I just don't. I wish I did. I want to just tell you that it's gonna be like written in stone tablets, and they're gonna walk in with it and drop it, and everything. It's gonna be shattered into a million pieces, and it's gonna be like, oh, okay. What was it like that in the Mel Brooks movie? 15. Moses shows up. 15. Crash. 10 commandments. I wish that could happen with the budget, but I'm just, yeah, okay. Thank you. This is where we're gonna have to endure. This is where we're gonna have to work together. So we know this is not and this is not our lesson to learn. We know better. We told you this would happen. People out in the cold. We know that. I've got a death card. In the center, I've got adding insult to injury. Then I've got the Emperor in the White House and all of his Republican kings who are about the money and control of women to hold them down. Thank you, Anne. Mel Brooks, History of the World, Part 1. Yeah. Chris Cool says, everyone pray and send light to block Dumpy's budget. Please do. Please do. This is not good. Woodpile Witch says, yuck, Autumn, and you look pretty today. Why, thank you. Sherry says the GOP budget could anger Mother Teresa herself. Yeah. Yep. Oh, the budget. I think I'm going to need a big cup of tea and maybe a cup of cocoa after that, after these cards. All right, this is the country. Worry and strife, aggressive MAGA in the institution. And then this is our country. I really, really wish I had a better way. Warrior Witch says, Autumn, you look like Professor McGonagall, and I mean that as a compliment. Thank you. Thank you, people. Okay. All right, well, speaking of the kiss of death, 3640. Did you see, I don't have it to pull up, but did you see that J.D. Vance finally did get to meet with the Pope briefly? He's one of the last people to see the Pope. J.D. Vance was. Did you see the look on the Pope's face? Ultiver says, Autumn, match the brooch and the overlay perfectly. Thank you. I built the overlay over a picture of the brooch that I took. I can mess around a lot, but yes, it is actually, they're actually exactly the same. And then the world. Anyway. Okay. The look on the Pope's face was horrified. Absolutely horrified. He was like, I mean, it was not pretty. And just this poor man, Pope Francis, he'd been fighting pneumonia. He didn't die from pneumonia. He stroked out. After all the stress and strain in meeting with J.D. Vance. He'd sent his second to go lecture Vance on compassion. He wasn't going to meet with Vance. He sent his second. But funny, J.D. Vance just keeps insisting. And this man strokes out. Stroke and heart failure. Yep. So Travels was asking, how did Shady Vance feel about his conversation with the Pope? How did he feel after the Pope passed, knowing JD was so insistent on speaking to him? That's just plain rude, if nothing else. Yes. If you've heard this story before, forgive me. It's short. I was at one of the 6 writing groups I've been in my life, and there was a woman who was there, and she too had been raised Catholic. And it just so happened, she said it was like a setup for a joke. They were at this convention thing, big office building type thing, and big building, and there was a long hallway and then a side hallway coming down, and there was a water fountain right at the intersection. And she was coming up. There was a guy coming the other way. And just as they were about to get to the water fountain, and it sounds like a joke, but it happened, a nun comes out of the side hallway. And the three of them arrive at the water fountain at nearly the same time. I know it sounds like a joke. It's not. But this woman explained that she's standing there. She looks at the guy. The guy looks at her. And you can kind of tell instantly in the way he just like freezes that he may have been raised Catholic as well. Who knows? But immediately, both her and the guy say to the nun, they're like, "Oh, please go first. Oh, please." And if she's a nun, and she's just like, "Oh, no, absolutely not. Please, you must go first." And they're like, "You don't understand." And then finally they said to her, one of them said to her, "You don't understand. We can't go first. You have to go first. We can't." And she's like, "Okay." So she got water from the water fountain first. And then I guess the guy let her go, and all this kind of stuff. They got their water, they all walked away. And I was just sitting there, and it was just like, oh, absolutely. There's no way. There's no way you could use the water fountain before her. No way. Oh my gosh. No. She's like, "You understand?" I'm like, "Exactly. There's no way." I mean, like, you need to, like, I mean, I'm not even Catholic anymore, and I wouldn't drink in front of a nun. She has to go first. I will, I am to perish from lack of water in the hallway. And maybe she would be kind to me and bring me some, eventually. But yeah, you don't drink in front. No, the nun goes first. And this guy, so then Shady Vance is being pushy to see a deathly sick old man who's the Pope. And you're pushy to go see him? Are you insane? And you pretend that you're Christian? Is he Catholic? I think he might be full-blown Catholic. No way! Anyway, I just love that story. Thank you. Ah, man. Thank you, Allison. Amy says he converted 6 years ago. Okay. Wow. The damage. The stupidity. I saw a short, someone, people in shorts, they'll play different characters. And this is one person, they were like, the Pope on Sunday. Hey, Dad, could you come get me? Yeah, the Vice President of the United States is here and is insisting on seeing. Could you just? I know you're coming to get me soon, but could you come? Could you come get me? Because I just. But there's JD, his base of power, his entitlement. He was pushy. I'm getting he was pushy. So he can say he saw the Pope. I said this the other day. Vance was there because he wanted to be Mr. Fancy. He wanted to be all fancy and have, yes, I spent Easter with the Pope, Jesus wept. The man was ill. And look, I don't agree. I did not agree with Pope Francis on many a thing. But Pope Francis had more decency in a single fiber of his being than J.D. Vance has in his entire existence. Unbelievable. Thank you, Veronica. Okay, just having a double check of the chat. Yes, Tammy, he wanted his photo op. The Pope's Cash Peters did transition pictures for the Pope. See, he doesn't normally do one so quickly, but I have to agree that it was very peaceful. It just, I don't know that, but it just feels very peaceful. So it was good that he was able to do that. So Cash interpreted that during the meeting, the Pope realized he had done all he could do to influence JD. So he said, okay, time to leave. Yeah. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Veronica's saying the Pope definitely saw the pearly gates. That's what I was picking up. That whatever he wanted to see, he saw. Whether he wanted something quiet or he wanted, the big Rococo god, thing, whatever, he got it. It's very peaceful. So, oh boy. Okay. So, there was a mix-up in these questions. We're going back to the budget for a minute. 47. Janet was asking about the big ugly budget. That Pope's Cash's transition pictures were amazing. The humility, absolutely. Which that's cute. Jeezy peasy. When your transition is easy, it's jeezy peasy. When the Pope's transition is easy, jeezy peasy. That's cute. That's just nothing gaudy or gold. All right. So back to the big ugly budget. Will the budget negatively impact Social Security? It's not going to help, but these people are so vile. They are so cruel. They are so vile, but we're going to get through this. Pluto digging everything up, so we have to deal with it. This is the corruption that's always been there. Now it's just in our faces all the time, doing all the damage it can do, but so we can deal with it and get rid of it. Marianne says they said that Francis wanted to see the Virgin Mary. I have no doubt that he did. Vera says some things happen for a reason. That's true. But anyway. Steve Myers says no. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. I don't know what that was referring to. I've been talking about so many different things. Sorry. No what, Steve? No about what? So, is this about the Social Security? Because people are worried. People are worried. It shouldn't. You'd think it would be a whole different system. But the damage they're doing to the system overall. Judgments, aggressive legislation. Well, one, they're doing stuff we don't know about yet. that I've been picking up on that over and day after day after day. There's stuff that we're not seeing yet, but it does feel like a little bit above. But yeah, the dumpster fire's bigly budget is awful, absolutely awful. So I'm not getting this is a relatively good, it's not awful. It's just they're going to. How good can Social Security be if so much of the rest of the government is crumbling? Do you see what I'm saying? So but for what it's worth. Okay. Amy says they're just making everything difficult. Yes. Very much so. Oh, that's right, Raymond. Yes, MTG, Marjorie Trader Green. Yeah, was heinous about the dead Pope. Really? Wow. Thank you, Janet Lee. Links in the description box. So let us go on. We have a bit more time to do some more questions. And we are at, okay, 52 minutes in. Tammy had a question. Will Fatuous 45, Felon 45, will he bail out the farmers? Chris Cool says there was a 30% increase in homeowners insurance renewal today. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Mark is suggesting margarine trailer grease. There we go. So 45 bail out the farmers. He cares about no one but himself. Brenda's asking, why didn't someone throw some holy water on Vance? I know, right? Oh. Not much. No, and even if if Trump turned around and helped farmers in one way, he's demolishing the economy in so many other ways. We're going to get through this. I know it doesn't sound like we will. We will. This is just frustrating. And it's not just the astrology right now, but yeah, I'm feeling particularly frustrated and with all this cruelty today. Yeah. Not that I'm usually happy with it, but you know what I mean? This is just what's happening, what he's doing to the farmers. This is just cruel and stupid. Should be helping. Remember, do you know how many farms were involved in USAID? Seriously? And how many of those people are now going to lose their farms? How many farms were having some success by creating food specifically for the hungry? Poof. Yes, exactly, this kid. None of this had to happen. Just one idiot's whims. Yes. Oh, Woodpile Witch, thank you. It's a combination of 4 colors. Yeah, this is leaving things undone and walking away. There's disappointment and then some really hard being hemmed in. We told you. We told you. We told you this would happen. But you didn't listen. And pointing out farms getting loans from USDA. That went away. Patty's asking, then why in the world did they vote for him? It has to do with a lot with decades of far-right radio. It has to do with, it's a lot to do with Rush Limbaugh. It has a lot to do with starting back then. It has to do with feeling like people in rural areas and rural parts of the country feeling like the people in the cities were not helping them, getting more than they did. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, and some of it is just they thought that he would hurt the people they wanted hurt. That's where the running jokes have been coming from about you joined the leopards eating faces party and you said, oh, look at me, I'm going to be one of the leopards. It's like, no. And then you get all upset when the leopards eat your face. They weren't supposed to attack me. They weren't supposed to hurt me. They were supposed to hurt those people over there I don't like. So Veronica says not all farmers voted for that orange toe rag. Agreed. That's true. Yeah, there are some people on social media who are farmers who have come out and they're calmly, patiently trying to explain to fellow farmers, this is probably why you were leaning this way. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, and this is why you were wrong. And now this is the mess we're in. And now you're going to lose your farm. So, anyway. Anyway, let me see here. All right, I made it down to there, but okay, I'm going to call it for today because it's been an hour. So I'll pull a card for us at 58:15. But I will be back tomorrow. I am literally here every single day. Other than 2 emergencies, I have been here every single day for over 5 years. So we go through the news together. We encourage each other. Oh, what was that? Yes, I agree, Jeff. He is an epic sadist. Yes. It's disgusting. All right, card for us, though. We're the nice people. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke and I'm not Christian and turning the other cheek. Nah. But we're the nice people. Temperance. Seven of Swords is sitting here over here on the deck. All you have to do is look at who's trying to make sure the children are fed, are not going hungry. That's all you have to look at. And then it's very, 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 it is crystal clear you're on the right side. We're going to get through this. There are so many of us. There really are. This is the major arcana. There are so many of us. And back in November, there are a lot of people that if they had, I mean, I know there was talk about Project 2025, but there were a lot of people who couldn't begin to wrap their heads around it. And now that they've seen what's happening, I do believe things are going to get better, but we're going to have to, we have to get to the next election. We have to get to the midterms. And then the next presidential election and local elections. And we just have to keep voting and voting blue. And we've got to. But you're on the right side. You're on the right side of history. Oh, I guess we're going full circle back to the beginning. Today's a live stream. Yeah. Thank you so much. Happy Earth Day. And bless this beautiful rock we live on, this beautiful ball we live on. All right, so it's 1:17 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. Sarah will be there, and hopefully you will be too. We'll be productive. Get our minds off the news, be productive. All right, other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. So please remember, you are not alone at all, not even close. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right, and I will see you right back here. I'll see you later. Okay. Thank you.